Hello paddlers, welcome back to my channel. Right, first of all, you'd have seen in the thumbnail what this is about. Don't buy this motor. Right, but first of all, I'm going to say, unless you're planning on watching this entire video, I won't bother watching it at all, because it's got a lot of twists and turns, and if you only watch, say, the first 5 minutes, you might type a comment and then I'll have to say, watch the full bloody video that it gets explained, because there is a lot of twists and turns. So if you're not planning on watching the full video, which is fine, that's your prerogative. Right, bloody hell, that's a big word for me. Alright, but yeah, so I won't bother watching it at all. Right, now, where are we? I nearly didn't make this video because it's sort of like bad mouthing things and stuff, but at the same time I thought to myself, I've done a review of this motor and I was singing its praises and saying how brilliant it was, and if just one person buys it and starts to have problems like I had, right, I'm going to look like an idiot. So I thought, no, honesty. I was honest about my review of the motor, that I loved it, and I still do, right? But I thought it's important to make this video, alright, full transparency type thing. Okay, oh yeah, mentioning full transparency, I should mention that video I posted, I don't know, a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, of me on the river with a motor. That was an older video from a couple of months ago when I sort of like first got the motor. Alright, that wasn't from straight on the water there and then. Should point that out because it's very important in the story. Okay, right, let's get on with this then. Right, just over a month ago, my motor stopped working. It literally just wouldn't turn on. So I got in touch with the company I bought it off, Boatweld, and I sent them an email saying, look, it's bust. It was still, I should point out, 2-year warranty and everything, so I won't panicking or out like that. I've only had it just over a month to a month, whatever, but 2-year warranty and stuff, so I won't worried. So I sent them an email and I said, look, the motor stopped working, right? If I send it back to you, can you send me a replacement, please? Because it's completely stopped, it bust. And then I said, if you want, I'll send you a video of the motor, right, and then you can see what the problem is. So I got a reply almost instantly from them, within half an hour, let's say, right, from Boatweld, saying, oh yeah, if you could send us a video, George, that would be helpful. So I made a video basically showing that when you turn the motor on, now it happens. Right, sent them it. Once again, within about, I don't know, say an hour or two, something like that, I got a reply saying, yep, it's bust. That's definitely not working, George. We've watched the video and yet it's not working. Alright, but don't worry about getting it sent back. Right, we're going to arrange shipping, we'll get it picked up and everything for you. So I thought, brilliant. I thought, another good company like Decathlon. I thought, brilliant, because I've never shopped with Boatwell before. Right, but anyway, I straight away I thought, great. Right, at the end of their email they said, we'll send you another email once we've arranged the shipping and all this sort of stuff. So I thought, fantastic. And it was, in all fairness, fair enough, it was about nearly a week later I got this email saying they're going to pick the motor up whenever. You get me? It's a day or two later. I think it was DPD or Parcel Force, but that's not important. Right, and I just said, can you make sure everything's packed into its bag, everything that came with it, the charger, the cables, every single part, right, packed into its bag, sealed up, and somehow sealed in a box or whatever, which I did. Packed everything away, sealed everything up. Right, that is important in the story. Packed everything away, sealed it all up. The guy turned up the next day, right, say Parcel Force, whatever. Right, picked up the motor, gone. Right, and I was expecting him bringing the replacement motor at the same time, but No. So I thought, oh, well, maybe they can't collect and ship at the same place. So I thought somebody else will be shipping as a replacement. Didn't hear anything. I thought, well, give them a bit of time. Plus, the weather was terrible. Thunderstorms, all like that, you'll remember. Right, so I wasn't that worried. Right. And about a week went by and I thought, why haven't I got my new motor? They know it's bust, they've said it's bust, they've watched the video, they've even got the thing. So I send them an email and I say, look, when's my motor coming, my replacement motor? Silence. Nothing from Boatwell. Oh, well, that's bloody strange. They've always got back to me straight away. Well, it was about 2 days, maybe 3 days later. Now, I know some people say, well, they might be busy and stuff, but it's just that they've been responding instantly before. But whatever, 2 or 3 days later, I get an email from them saying, we've had to ship the motor back to the manufacturer, which I believe is in Sweden, actually, the company that made it. Could be wrong. But all it says was we've had to ship. No, the manufacturer has requested us to ship the motor back to them. And I thought, what the hell? I thought, that's not to do with me. Where's my bloody motor? So I sent them an email back again saying, look, with all due respect, I didn't buy it from the manufacturer. I bought it from you. You know it's bust. Where's my replacement? Silence again. All right. Once again, a few more days later, these are exact words, by the way. I'm not reading the email. This is me basically putting it together how it roughly was. So this isn't word for word. But their reply was basically, we don't stock any motors. When people order them from us, we just contact the manufacturer and then they ship it to the person who's bought it from us. So it'd have probably been cheaper for me to contact the manufacturer and buy it from them in the first place, but whatever. But Boatwell, we don't have any motors, all right? And the manufacturer want to see it. And I thought, it's not to do with the manufacturer's not to do with me. I bought it from you. And he said, oh, sorry, type thing. So I thought, whatever. I was getting a bit, so I thought, whatever. Right, weather's bad, whatever. If it'd been middle of summer, but whatever, weather's bad. So I waited, another week went by, nothing. Not a single bit of notification or anything. Right, another week. So I send them an email. Right, I said, look, I've had enough of this, screw this, just give me a refund. Nothing. Dead. And it was about 4 days later, I get a reply saying, you can't have a refund. You passed the 30 days. You have to return it within 30 days. That's our policy. Here's a link to our warranty policy. And they sent us a link, you know what I mean, about 1,000 pages, all tiny little, you know the sort of thing. So I thought, screw that, that's not right. I thought, you know it's bust. You should have given me a replacement and you haven't. And now you're saying I can't have a refund. I went to see my solicitor. I thought, screw this. I mean, this thing wasn't cheap. It was over £1,000. Right? So I went to see my solicitor, explained everything to him, what I've just said to you. And the solicitor said that 30 days is crap, basically. He says it don't work like that. Companies that sell you stuff like to say 30 days or 14 days or whatever. Right? And legally, that's basically a load of crap. Right? Put it in my words again, a judge, for argument's sake, looks at the item, looks at what it's used for, looks at the price, and sees how long something should work, and you should be allowed to get your money back. Say like a packet of biscuits, it'd probably say you got 24 hours to return the packet of biscuits. But my solicitor said something like a motor, right, that's cost that much, should have no faults for several months, maybe longer, and if it does, you can get a full refund within several months, maybe longer. Right? It won't be a problem getting a refund. So I've got all this ammunition now. I know I'm entitled to a refund. Right? So I know I've been lied to. And I'm fuming at this point. I mean, we're talking nearly a month now. And I'm fuming. So when I get back from solicitors, I thought, calm. I thought, I'm not writing Boatweld an email now because I would have said, it would have just gone crazy. It would have been, it'd have been a complete rant. So I thought, no, I'm not going to type angrily, for want of a better word. So I thought, I'll leave it until tomorrow when I've calmed down a bit. So anyway, the next day, around about 12 o'clock, turn my computer on, all ready for me to write this email to Boatwell to tell them I am entitled to a refund and I want one. And bugger me, I've got an email from Boatwell saying, your motor's been repaired, it was whatever, tiny little thing had happened, it's been repaired, it's been shipped back to you, it should be with you on, I think it was Thursday, they said. As it happened, it turned up a day later, but that was no big deal. So I thought, right, it's coming back, let's just forget it. Let's forget what the solicitor said, let's just get the motor back, you know what I mean, and get going again. Well, about 3 days later, 4 days later, the motor turns up, knock on the door, blah, blah, big box. Right, so I'll get it upstairs, I'll put a picture up of this. Get it upstairs, open it up, and the only thing in the bloody box is the motor. Nothing else, just the motor. No kayak mount, so there's nothing to mount it to the kayak. No chargers, no cables, no nothing. Just a motor, which is a paperweight. I mean, there was no activation key, so I couldn't even turn it on and test it. There was nothing. It was just the motor in the box. No bag, no nothing. So now I'm absolutely fuming. I am fuming with them. Straight on the email to Boatweld. What the frack is going on type thing. Alright. You've sent me the bloody motor back, but it's no good to me, and I explained what I've just said to you. We ain't got this, it ain't got that, it's useless. And I sent them a picture of the box with just the motor in it. Nothing. Dead silent. Dead silent. And I think it was either the next day or the day after, I can't remember, I get an email from Boatweld. Your motor will be... I'm sorry. Your motor is due for delivery in a couple of days, let's say, I can't remember. I'm thinking, I've got the frigging motor, what are you on about? So, I tried ringing a few times, by the way, could never get through. But my solicitor said, don't ring. He says, do everything in email. He says, that way you've got it all in writing type thing. But anyway, yeah, so I send them another email. I said, look, I've sent you an email telling you the motor's I've already got the bloody motor, right? But it's missing all the parts. So you can't ship me the bloody motor out in a few days when I've already got it. Right? And I actually sent them a copy of that email that I sent them a couple of days previous, seeing the motors arrived with everything missing. Well, of course, I'm fuming at this point. I'm livid, absolutely livid. I'm just so happy, right, that they ain't got a shop near me, or my past might have come back to haunt me, and I'd have probably ended up in jail. But yeah, anyway, different story. I'm livid anyhow at this point. And then a couple of, I don't know, maybe the next day, a couple of days, I can't remember now, right? Because this is dragging on, remember. I get another email from Boatwell saying, oh, we know you've got the motor, but we ship the bag and all the bits and pieces separately. Now, to me, it's as if they're just trying to wind me up at this point. I mean, why ship the bloody bag and everything separately? Right? They say because the motor got sent away, we took it out the bag rather than shipping the bag because the bag didn't need repairing. It's the motor. You know what I mean? A load of crap. Right? I'm thinking they're just trying to wind me up, and which they probably wouldn't have been. But you know what I mean? I was so livid. And it says we'll be shipping you the bag and everything else in a couple of days. Well, as it happens, it's actually due to arrive today, the bag. Right, in about 2 hours. But I'm still making this video now, and I'm not going to add on whether the bag turns up or not. I'm jumping in here, George from the future. Yeah, the bag actually arrived, what you put the motor in. Right, and I actually filmed myself opening the box. I had a feeling. I just had a bloody feeling something was going to be strange. So I filmed it. I'm going to stick it on the end of the video. It's worth watching. I mean, Boat World, you should be ashamed of yourselves. Right? And I hope nobody ever purchases anything from you ever again. And I hope I never have to deal with you again. Anyway, back to the video. Alright, because it don't matter. Because if the bag turns up, great, I'm happy. Alright, if the bag doesn't turn up, refund. But anyway, the bottom line is, do not buy this motor. Right? And from my personal experience that I've had, I won't go near Boat World ever. I'd keep away from it like the plague, right? And I'd keep away from this motor because unless you're buying it from the manufacturer, I suppose it could be all different then. But yeah, the last email I sent to Boat World after being told that the bag's coming separately, the last email I sent to them was basically, if there's anything wrong, you will not hear from me anymore. You'll hear from my solicitor. And that's it. And that's right. They'll never hear another email from me. Right? If there's anything wrong when this bag turns up, they're just going to hear from my solicitor, and that's it. I will let you know down the road if the bag turned up and if the motor works, because I don't even know if the bloody motor's been repaired yet, because I can't test it because I ain't got the key as such. But yeah, but I wanted to make this video basically because I did a review of the motor and I sung its praises and I said where to get it from and all like that. And I thought it's only fair to tell you about the problems I've had and the issues. Now you may buy one and you may never have a problem. Brilliant. It's like this motor that I've got back once I've got it all sorted again. It might never have another issue. Fantastic. God help them if it does. But yeah, so I thought I should make this because I've said everything's brilliant. So it's also only fair to say where problems can creep in. Alright. Maybe if I had bought it, like I said, from the manufacturer or maybe a different company, because I said to Boat World, it's a terrible way to run a business, this. Right? If it was me, I would have informed the customer, i.e. me, that we're really sorry, but straight away, we do not stock these motors, so we cannot send you a new one. They tell me that from the first email. We're going to arrange for it to be picked up. We're going to ship it back to the manufacturer. They're going to look at... If all this was explained to me right at the beginning, right, I'd have thought, oh shit, that's going to take ages. But I'd have known what was happening. I would have known what was going on. Yeah, they're getting it, then it's getting shipped over there. They're going to look at it. They're going to ship it back. You know, I would have been expecting to be waiting. I wouldn't have been expecting a replacement motor coming. You know what I mean? I would have known, the customer would have known what the hell was going on and what was happening. Instead, it's a guessing game. You get me? And all the way back to the beginning, after sending them the video and saying, look, I'll send you this back and send us a replacement, don't worry about that, we'll pick it up. Right, leads you to believe they're going to send you a replacement. If they'd have said there and then, no, sorry, we can't send you a replacement, we don't stock up, I don't know what was frigging going on. Anyway, paddlers, tell me what you think. Am I right to get so frustrated or not? Let us know in the comments. But for my personal opinion, the old saying about the customers is always right, or be nice to the customer, or things like that, from the experience I've had, I'd say boat well done. No. I can't badmouth the manufacturer because, in all fairness, maybe they don't know what's going on. Maybe they think it's just come from the shop from somebody or whatever. You see, I don't know. I ain't been in touch with a manufacturer because it's nothing to do with me. I bought it from one place. I didn't buy it from over there. So maybe the manufacturer, right, are fantastic and everything's great and crusty and they had no idea what was going on and that somebody was even waiting for the bloody thing. Don't know. I don't know. So I cannot comment on the actual manufacturer. But all I can say is I wouldn't take the risk. I wouldn't buy this motor. Or like I say, if you're gonna, definitely don't buy it from Boat World. I'd say go straight to the manufacturer and fingers crossed. Anyway, paddlers, I'm going to leave it there. Alright, but like I said, I thought it was only fair to share this experience soon as I was singing the praises, alright, when I did the review of the motor. Okay then, let us know what you think. Catch you later. Cheers. Okay, decided to film this bit. Tell you one thing though, the bags in here will be all folded up. They've sent me a magazine. I don't think I'll be buying anything else from here anyway. By the looks of this, they've just packed every bit of rubbish they could find and put it in the box. That's not packing, that's a bloody bag. That's from a life jacket, PDF. They've literally got every bit of rubbish they could find and chucked it in the box. Gloves. When I originally bought this, came in a nice neat box, all packaged nice and neatly. This, they're just trying to be fucking clever. I mean, look at that. Nothing secured, nothing strapped down. What's this? That's what I put in. But look. That's the charger. Just dumped. But well, you should be frigging ashamed of yourselves. Absolutely ashamed of yourselves. This is a disgrace. You see what they've done, haven't they? Just chuck everything in the bag and dump as much of our old rubbish rather than going to the bin. Just dump that in the box, let him sort it out. Absolute disgrace, boat world. While we're here, let's see if the bloody motor works. Because this was the problem. The motor just wouldn't work, it just stopped completely. Don't know if you'll see from that angle. Well, at least the motor's working. Let's check the kill switch. Yeah, so they've repaired it. That's the only one bit of good news I've got to say. They've actually repaired it. Right, I'm going to get this entire mess packed away now and post this bloody video. Look at this. I know somebody will say, well, at least they packed it well. No, they haven't. They've just dumped as much rubbish in that box as they possibly can. When this arrived, it all came... When I sent it back, I wish I had took a picture of me sending it back. It was all packed, nice and neat. Well packaged. I even had bubble wrap inside and oh, what do you call it, like a cling film type thing running around the packaging. All that's just been dumped in, and they've dumped as much rubbish as they can find. Look, these are from like gloves, PDFs, just as much rubbish as they can get their hands on. More life jacket bags. This ain't packing, this is just rubbish, and they probably found it most amusing. I'll tell you what, if you shop at Boat World, you're crazy, so stop it. Worst company I've ever come across. Right? Disgraceful, Boat World. Absolutely disgraceful.